and a very warm welcome to a slightly drizzly day here in PyeongChang. Let's go inside the Gangneung Curling Centre where it's dry for the penultimate round of the round robin. Our featured game will be already playoff bound Canada against wooden spoon contenders Finland. Canada are the only nation to have ever won the wheelchair curling gold medal since its introduction in 2006. And they're putting up a fierce defence once again here at the 2018 PyeongChang Paralympic Winter Games. This will be their last round robin game, while Finland will play again on day 6. My name is Logan Gray. This is the Canadian lead, lovable Marie Wright, always full of smiles. Second player, Dennis Thiessen. Third player and two-time already Paralympic gold medalist Aina Forrest. And then the fourth player going for his second gold, Mark Heideson. Few supporters in for the Canadians already. Beer in hand, that's a celebratory beer. They're already in the playoffs. There's still plenty to play for here. Here's the lead for Finland, Rita Sarosalo. Second player and skip, Sari Karjalainen. Looks excited to be here. Third player, Irjo Tapani Jaskalainen. And then the fourth player, Markku Karjalainen, husband of Sari. And we've got some Finnish fans here as well cheering the squad on. So China, Canada and Korea already qualified, but still to work out what order they are going to qualify. And Norway now favourites for picking up that fourth spot. They'll be playing against Slovakia here in session 16. And if they win that game, they'll go straight through in fourth. There'll be no need for tiebreakers. But still plenty to be worked out here. Canada need to keep the foot down and push on to get as good a position as they can in the round robin. Jamie Ansiu is the alternate for Canada, and they'll be playing the Redstones. Finland there will be wearing the white tops and throwing the Yellowstones. Picked up a couple of wins against bottom of the table USA and Sweden. Looking to better their 2014 performance, this team, where they finished 10th out of 10. And looking good to do so far. Alternate for Finland, Vesa Lepanen. And they'll be playing the Yellowstones there. So everyone taking their positions, ready to get cracking. Oh, careful Bandabi, don't hurt yourself. Buzzing with excitement here for this final day of the round robin, the penultimate session just about to kick off. 4 teams will finish their round robin here in session 16, Canada being one of them, Norway, who I've already mentioned, the neutral Paralympic athlete delegation, and the hosts Korea, also all finishing their 11th game of the round robin and having played against everyone. Of course, the 4 top teams will qualify from the rankings into the semi-finals. And what's the play for here for Canada is that they want to get as high ranking as possible for a few reasons. The top ranked team will play against the 4th ranked team, so there's a clear advantage there in that you would expect the 2nd and 3rd place teams who will play against each other to be on better form than the 4th place. But also it helps them to get the last one advantage over any of their opposition who rank lower than them when they go into the semi-finals. So Rita Sarasalo gets this first end underway. Rita plays out of the Hyvinkää Curling Club. started curling in 2007. And she was part of the wheelchair basketball team that won the 2013 Finnish National Championships in Lahti in Finland. This is a woman of steel, Marie Wright. She's overcome a lot to be here, and she's just loved every minute. Even at times they've been struggling, she's been a face of optimism and smiles. And she's just been great to watch, playing out the Moose Jaw Curling Club. And she's got a couple of her daughters here to support her throughout this event. Rita was part of the Finnish team that played in the last 2 World Wheelchair Curling Championships in Lucerne and here in Gangneung as well. And looks like she's made a good start here. Puts a good tight centre guard on. Makes the come around. Great start by Finland.
Okay.
Well, just a piece being seen here. Marie Wright just needs to be a little bit careful of the free guard zone rule here. She can't remove that guard short of the house. If she does so, it will be replaced and her stone will be removed. It's important to get past that and get the one in the house here. Oh, really well done by Marie Wright. Perfectly done, actually.
Vai heitetäänkö määris tänne, tältä kautta? Joo.
So an interesting dynamic here. The old husband-wife combination out on the ice, the Karjalainens. Markku, the husband, used to skip this team, but stepped aside and thought it was for the best for the team that Sari played the skipping role, although she does still throw second stones. They've got 4 children between them: Janita, Jesse, Yusu and Yermu. The 4 J's. So Sari plays out of the Lappi Kurlinki curling club in Finland. She took up wheelchair curling in 2008 in Rovaniemi. And her best performance is winning a bronze medal at the 2015 World Championships in Lohja in Finland. It's a really good draw there by Karjalainen.
If you pop off that, that's fine.
I think the same that I threw, yeah. Just don't take too much ice. It's a lot of ice for a 10.
Yeah, I think 11 and a half. 11 and a half. That's a lot of ice for 10.
Yeah, it is.
So second player, Dennis Thiessen, also known as Denny, married and 2 kids himself. World champion from 2013 and of course Paralympic gold medalist from Sochi. Started back in 2005 in
Stay there.
Winnipeg.
Okay, Dennis, that's fine. That's
And
a good
Dennis
shot.
just chips the guard,
Good
and
shot.
will it roll into the house? It will. That could be handy later for Canada. I feel like this Canadian team over the last few sessions have just started to loosen up a little bit. In the early stages they looked a little bit tight, they weren't playing their best games. They were still managing to chalk up a lot of wins, but quite often getting off to a slow start, being backs against the wall and then starting to play good. That's another great draw there by Sari Karjalainen. Hooks another one round. Those two yellows can still be seen by Canada, so they'll try and spring them out of there. Dennis Thiessen can throw the high hard one well. A little bit of a rocky takeoff there.
Shot, Dennis.
Yeah, Aina thinks it's good.
Nice.
Well, he moves them both. Well done there by Dennis Thiessen. Doesn't quite get the second one out, but Canada starting to build up some red granite around the house. Now it's Finland to play the takeouts this time. So Yrjö Tapani, Jääskeläinen makes his way back down the ice, the vice player, the third. Another left-hander. There seems a disproportionate amount of left-handers in the field. Oh, hits and runs. And now Canada will be able to try and play a takeout for three. Just need to steer it past their stone at the front of the white circle. Coming down on the right-hand side here. So here's Aina Forrest, one of the most experienced curlers in the world. Two-time Paralympic gold medalist and trying to match her ex-teammates' 3 gold medals. Over curls here and chips that red stone out of the way. A bit of a let-off there for Finland. Well, if Finland could make a takeout or a freeze, then it would be really difficult for Canada to score multiple points here now. An end that looks so promising for a while. Well, Yrjö plays out of the curling club Lahti. Took up the sport there in 2009. His nickname's Yasa. Don't know what that means. But this one is traveling right through the house. So it will be the 3-time world champion Aina Forrest to play. Plays at the Vernon Curling Club in British Columbia. And Usain Bolt as her hero. The world's greatest and fastest 100 meters and 200 meters runner. And that one's going to run right out of the house. So Canada still lying 2, a couple of wayward takeouts from Aina Forrest, and could have been more.
13.
Finland being extremely aggressive here. Markku Karjalainen going for the freeze. This is quite unusual for a team who doesn't have the last stone to be so willing to leave the opposition stones around. And this one's drifting on by. Canada line 1. You know, they didn't actually do as badly as it sounds, finishing 10th at the last Olympics. Although their record wasn't particularly good, they did beat Canada, who went on to win the gold medal by 12 shots to 1. So they are a good team. They also beat GB by a convincing scoreline too, who won the bronze medal. But it looks like it's been a bit of a similar story this week. A couple of wins along the way, but just a little bit too inconsistent from Finland.
13's not going to hurt.
Well, Mark Idison was the alternate in Sochi in 2014. Jim Armstrong was the skip then. He's retired now, and Mark Idison stepped in. He's 41 years old. He started in 2010 after the Vancouver Olympics, and he heard an interview with John Montgomery, the 2010 gold medalist in skeleton, talk about how great it was to represent his country, and
that dive.
he thought, I fancy a piece of that myself. And he took up wheelchair curling, and here he is with his second cap at the Paralympics.
Yeah.
Came up short there. Finland going for the freeze on the wing once more.
13 edelleen.
Sorry, just telling Markku to do what he's told. Telling our husband to make that freeze over there, or there'll be trouble later. Well, he's certainly got enough speed to get down there. How's the line? Coming now. Just drifts by and actually finds the worst possible spot he could find on the sheet there. Jaskalainen lines it up for Mark Idison. He's got a chance to make the takeout for 3 here. I don't think this is an opportunity that he can pass up. Just to bang that one right on the nose. And it could be 1, 2, and 3 for Canada. Aina Forrest providing the aiming point for Mark Idison. They'll set it off on that line. The rotation will carry it across the ice and onto the nose.
How's it looking?
No, not good.
Denny Thiessen saying this is not looking good.
A lot, hey?
Off the red maybe? Oh my, this is a steal of 2. Well, Canada have been really slow starters, but that's a disastrous shot from Mark Idison. A 5-shot swing there in just 1 shot. It could have been 3 for Canada. It was a straightforward shot. Didn't make a smooth delivery, threw it tight and picked his own out to give up a steal of 2. Wow. Finland have got to be breathing a sigh of relief after that one.
Good end. You guys did great.
Mark Idison, I think you're spot on there. That was a good end. They just didn't finish off. So somehow Finland come out of that with a score of 2. Canada will have the last stone when we return. Well, Mark Idison will be kicking himself right now. He really had to know what the professional side to miss that shot on was. And it certainly wasn't where he missed it. If he missed it wide, he was only giving up one. He over curled though and picked his own out. So Rita Sarasalo starts the second end. So 2 great shots to start the match from the Finnish lead. This one though, not even close to over the hog line. Stops in the middle of the Paralympic Games logo. Which is produced somehow from the Latin for
You want to go here?
we move.
You're set up for that.
So nothing in play, nothing for Marie Wright to be overly concerned about. Just a corner guard going up. And actually throws it into the house. Well, looks like she's made a good adjustment though and throws this one up into the guard zone. I get the impression already that Finland are an attacking side. I've not seen them play much this week, but certainly their tactics are very, very aggressive. Canada will need to have their wits about them here. They're already trailing by 2, but more out of their own poor shot play than Finland putting them in a tough spot. Marie Wright trying to stick another one in the house. Looking a little bit hot at the moment, but stops at the back of the red circle.
What was that?
So Ira Tapani up there holding the brush now for Sari Karjalainen, who's way back down the ice.
Mihin lähti toi äsken? Mihin lähti tällä äsken?
So anti-clockwise draw down the right-hand side there, and bend it back into the middle with this anti-clockwise rotation. Looks like it's got plenty of running this stone, easily past the guard. Needs to stop and needs to curl. And manages to get a piece. Not a lot of rotation on the stones from the Finns so far. So you expect them to curl quite a lot. Does look like Canada lying 2 already in this end. Denny Thiessen with some tidying up to do here. Somewhere in the front of the house would be good.
No.
Well, too heavy, runs right to the back of the house, and a really nice wall of stones for Finland at the back of the house to draw something up against. Karjalainen again with that slow rotation on the stone. Curling a lot now. Will it curl too much? It won't. It's a good shot by Sari Karjalainen. And Finland line one for sure, maybe two.
Yeah.
The guard.
Yeah.
Shot, Dennis. Nice. Nicely done.
Peels the guard off and opens up. So Canada want to find a way to start removing these yellow stones, to bring these red stones at the back into play. It's not going to be easy to get them past though.
Avaa suoja sille.
I think this will be another guard here from Iiro Tapani. Just gently does it, sends it on its way. It's a good shot at the front of the house there. Nice and tight, doesn't give Canada too much room to swoop one round behind. And the Canadians know that, so they're going to try and move it. Difficult to steer it through the house though without rummaging anything around at the back.
Both of them. Nice shot, Ina.
We'll get the back yellow as well.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
good.
it just chips the red out the side door.
Good shot.
Definitely an improvement though.
Sorry, Dennis.
Samanlainen!
Samanlainen.
This will be the same shot again here.
Pitää tulla vähän taaksepäin.
Just to the front of the house. But Iiro Tapani feeling it's a little bit too close to the hog line, so just moving back a little bit and resetting. Of course, if he does take the stone over the hog line with his delivery stick, then it's a hog line violation and the stone will be removed. So more yellow granite into the house. Finland lying 3 here. I don't think the Canadians will be sitting that easily right now.
Doesn't matter if ours go at the back.
No. What do you think?
You gotta hit it.
Hit it again, eh?
You gotta hit it.
So Ina Forrest going to try and drill this first stone back into the back stones. Frequently throughout this event, Canada have found themselves trailing by 3 or 4 and rallied back to win.
Nice to stick right there. Or roll in front of that other yellow. Nice shot, I. There you go.
Looking pretty good. Get the back one. Oh, just
fine.
misses the back one, but still a big improvement though. They won't be too worried about the stones behind the tee line. At least there's something that they can come up against and rest on. As soon as your opposition starts putting stones in front of the tee line and you have to move them to get into shot position, then the shots can become a little bit more tricky. So guard goes up to stop Canada raising that red stone in the house onto the back yellows, because Finland lying in shot position with that stone closest to the red circle, quite clearly out counting that red at the front of the house.
So they are 12 and a half.
The other thing that Canada have to be aware of is that they've had a major tendency to play very slowly in the first half of the games. They've run themselves down to like 18 minutes with 4 ends still to play. They get 38 minutes in total to play their 8 ends worth of shots. And usually you would want to save yourself 20 minutes for the second half, but Canada have been a little bit slow, and then they've had to really speed up in the second half. Oh, Mark sliding too far here, and Finland still lying in shot position. Canada second.
Marginaalisuoja.
Ettei syöttökiveksi. Jätä etupesälle.
Niin.
Niin kato, kun se on takapesän puolella, niin kato, ettei syöttökiveksi jätetä sitten, vai haluatko se nojalle asti?
Ei kun tuonne väliin.
Mihin väliin sä haluat?
No tuon meidän keltaisen kiven nojalle. Kyllä. Keltaisen kiven nojalle.
Ettei sitten kato tuu sillä tavalla, että se nokkausomalla ottaa molemmat pois
Pannaan
siitä.
suoja.
Niin suojata vähän ylempänä sitten, joo.
I think they've arrived at some sort of agreement.
Laitetaan suoja. Joo. Joo. Lähisuoja. Ei se tarvitse olla lähelläkään, kunhan sillä tätä.
Looks like
Ei se tarvitse lähelläkään
another guard potentially just trying to block the way in down here on the anti-clockwise handle, just somewhere over on the right-hand side of the center line to block off the path for the Canadians. They made a good start here, Finland. Well, this one's looking pretty good as it crosses the hog line. Comes right down and finds a really nice spot there. It's going to be tough for Canada to move that yellow stone. They're very much just going to have to draw for one, and they'll need to be a very good shot to do so. Needs to outcount that stone at the back of the forefoot.
So it's not 12 and a half.
I think one of the
So it's
reasons
not
that
12 and a half.
Canadians
No.
seem to play a lot slower than some of the other teams is that Mark Harrison comes up to the house to look at every single shot and then travels back down. Whereas a lot of the time the fourth players just stay down the playing end once they're down there because of the time that it does take. For me, they would do well to find a couple of ways just to try and speed up their play a little bit. They seem to play better when they're playing quickly. They've certainly played better in the second halves of games than they have in the first.
I think it'll curl.
No, it needs to
Well, the line needs to stay straight, needs to get past this yellow one. Just ticks it, but it was short of speed anyway. It's a steal of 1 here. This is what they've done. How many games in this round robin have Canada fallen behind at the start? I'm sure somebody can tell me. So Finland, great second end, and a well-deserved steal here of 1, steal of 2, and then a steal of 1. Finland off to an absolute flyer here.
Ja,
2 ends played here, and it's Finland 3, Canada 0. All 4 sheets in action once again. Sheet A, Norway, Slovakia. Sheet B, China against Korea. And another top of the table clash. And then on sheet D, neutral Paralympic athletes against Sweden. So, I don't know what happened there. Seems to be some sort of scoring up the ice, or not too sure, but the umpire and one of the volunteers just doing a little bit of tidying up there. Maybe just a bit of grit under the stone could have caused that to happen, I'm not sure. So Rita Sarasalo. Came up short of the hog line in the last end, but she's played a good one here. Good tight guard. Usually what you would see happen when a team's up in the game by 3 shots is that they would throw into the house and force their opposition to throw the guards, but Finland keeping the foot down here in end 3. Marie Wright, lovely draw. Really good draw.
Vähän enemmän poveria. 12,5.
Rita Sarasalo, the oldest player on the ice. The alternate Vesa Lepanen is actually a little bit older, 66 years old she is. Rita just overcooked this one a bit. Does stay around for shot, but travels a bit further than they would have liked.
just tap that one up here.
So 13?
All right, 13.
Oh. 13 seconds called for. That's the time between the hog lines that the stone takes to travel. If it's a shorter time than that, then it's obviously traveling too fast, and if it's a longer time than that, then it's too heavy. But she's played an absolute honey of a tap up here. right onto the button.
13.
Pitää olla vähän kovempi, että se hipsaa sitä
Absolutely
takapessää.
perfectly in behind that yellow center guard. So Canada line one and Finland choosing to come right round the outside here. Sari Karjalainen, skipping second player. Gives her delivery stick a kiss for good luck before sending this one on its journey down the ice. Looking a bit fast at the moment. And this one drifts right on by, so the door open here for Canada.
Yeah, this side. Block them from getting in there.
The last thing Canada want here is for Finland to play a draw in on
right there,
top
Dennis.
of that
Right,
stone on the
fine.
button. Then it'd be really difficult for them
13,
to
you think
score
13?
more than one, so they need to block the path in here. Going to come down the right-hand side
Right, so if you're sitting
of
on
the sheet.
12 foot, that's good.
and possibly even freeze their own shot here if they get it really good. Then are a little bit short of that, it's okay too. Took a good line here from Denny Thiessen. This is an important shot. If he can make this one good. Oh, he's got a great line.
Nice shot, Dennis.
Will it get down in there for shot?
Perfect.
It won't. Just
Shot.
rears up at the end, but still blocks the way in.
59.
What was it, Ina?
Eli poisto.
Well, Finland trying to open things up, but they've pushed a red up into second shot position. A few reds starting to build up here.
There's a hole.
Canada
Fine,
thinking
they
block
get
the
through
draw
there.
around in the right hand side now.
I don't know
That
if they-
yellow
there's a
stone
hole
out
right
front on
through
the
one.
left, blocking
Can't
the
get
path
through
down
that
the left
hole.
hand side.
Okay.
Take time to go talk to him if you want, Ina.
You like that?
Well, they've seen a little port here between that yellow stone out front and the stones in the centre line. It looks very, very narrow. But Canada want to keep what they've got, and they're going to protect that stone on the button. That terrific tap up from Marie Wright, really setting up Canada here in N3.
Just wait,
Oh,
14-2.
has that done enough?
That makes that hole hard.
Maybe makes it slightly harder.
Auki toi.
But they could
Markulle
probably
kato,
still
jää
wiggle one
parempi
through there on the
heittää.
clockwise
Ei.
rotation, bending from left to right.
Meillä ei ole hammeria, niin meillä ei ole hammeria, meillä on
Ei olekaan, mutta sen takia me
Sä
pitäisi...
pääset suoraan.
Sekin on
tonne.
vaikea
Tää eikö suoraan tuolta toiselta lajialta määristä?
Ai määrin.
Joo. Ykä. Se on hyvä, vaikka se on täällä, se on syöttökivenä sitten.
Oh.
Se pääsee tuosta portista läpi.
Mitä? Se näyttää, mutta ei se messaa kyllä.
Okei.
13!
Mä yritin sanoa sitä.
No,
Canada were always leaving this shot down the left-hand side here to try and make a freeze. It was always a risk to leave it, but they couldn't cover everything. They felt there was a shot up the middle. So decided to leave them this draw around the outside, and Yrjö Tapani coming on the clockwise handle, 56% for his 4 shots on this side so far. All of his shots in the game coming on this side. This is looking a bit tight at the moment. No, this isn't even close really, it's just not got out to that one. Very little rotation, the stone curling lots and lots. And now, if that port up the middle wasn't covered before, it certainly is now.
Now you can draw in around there.
So now Canada can play the shot that Mark Idison called initially.
I think. Yeah. He threw. I got
It's exactly the same
12-8
shot
on
as
it.
Finland just tried to play, a draw into the house on the left-hand side. Aina Forrest only 31% so far, but still very early days here. Looking short here. These opportunities that the teams really need to take. Already got one in there, trailing by 3, and the more stones out front, the harder it is for Finland to get in there, but it's also making it harder for Canada to get in there and score more points. They've already got a good one, but they want more. One's not really enough.
Tää on kova.
Well, both teams just can't get the weight at the moment. This one not even close from Yrjö all the way to the bumpers.
Se on kova.
No.
Oh.
Did I throw one or two,
Dinah's second
guys?
shot.
What?
You got one more. I'm like, why does it look like we have more rocks than we need? Oops.
Aina Forrest
You
a
might have
little
took it
bit
down
too
there.
ready to pass the torch on to
Oh, I took it
Mark
down there.
Idison.
I'll use yours.
Still
You're
got
gonna
another
use
shot
whose?
to play here.
Yeah.
So
Marb's?
she was
Not
already
yours.
down the other end of the ice. It does happen occasionally. It actually happened in the Scottish men's final not that long ago. Bobby Lammy, one of the players for
Okay,
Bruce Mount's team who won the Scottish playing out of turn,
12 and a half.
he actually only played 1 shot, and then Bruce
Take your
Mount,
time.
the skip, played, no, Grant Hardy played 2. And then what happens is the player who missed the turn has to play the last stone in the end. But Mark Idison noticing just in time. And Aina Forrest off to play again. So plenty of weight this time from Aina Forrest,
11.
but
11-9.
I think she's overcooked it. Dear, oh
Those two
dear.
kinda keep
Both teams having a real struggle at the moment. Just can't get the speed of the ice down at all. One light, one long.
Yeah.
Happens so often.
12-8.
13.
Joo.
So it's been a very scrappy end this end. Not many shots made at all. Marie Wright's tap up being the real highlight so far. It's not often that the lead, you can say, is the highlight of the end. The tap up was an absolute beauty, but usually it's the players further up in the end that play the more spectacular shots when there's more stones in play. This is more like what the teams have been looking for. Lovely draw by
On se kakkoskivi ainakin.
Markku Karjalainen.
Mark can get
Se
shot.
riittää.
Menikö ykköseksi?
Ei se ykkönen.
All of a sudden, this is much, much more difficult for Canada.
That's what I got. Mark likely timed it. What'd you get there, Mark?
I missed it.
I got 12. So 12, 12 and a half, I would say.
It is buried.
This is a tough shot. The only thing helping Canada here is that stone's gone past the tee line. But tough shot to get inside it. If things just stayed as they were, Canada would only score one.
Something under your rock. Something under your rock. I saw a scratch.
I think there's something under it. But the line looks fantastic.
Nice shot, Mark.
Has it got the running to get down there? It's
There was
trying.
something under that rock. There's a scratch. No, it scratched all the way down. Just all the way down.
Well, somebody's pretty
It's all-
adamant
it's
that it
halfway
scratched
down,
the ice,
scratch.
but didn't seem to affect the running of the stone too much anyway. Maybe a little bit of pace taken out of it.
Täällä olisi mahdollisuus ratsua yrittää tuolla
Very,
omalla
very
kivellä
hard
täältä
for Canada to
reunasta.
score more than one.
Ja otetaan oma pois. Niin
Such was the quality of that first stone by Markku Karjalainen.
Se ei mennyt.
Well, this one, it's all about taking plenty of ice, making sure they cover the outside of that yellow stone. They don't want to leave Canada with a takeout. Playing 69% so far in this game, Markku. It's not the only famous curling Markku, of course. Markku Uusipalvoniemi, the great Finnish skip. He won silver medal back in 2006 at the Olympics in Turin. This one over curls.
Just throw like a hack weight or
Yeah, we just can't nick the side, eh? So
Yes.
just throw like a 10.
Well, all they can really do here is try and draw around that red stone just played by Mark Harrison and chip the yellow stone that was laid in there by Markku Karjalainen. Try and get it out of the 8 foot, and if they get it really good, maybe they can score 2 or 3 here. Mark Harrison only 25%, but this is easily the hardest shot that he's faced here in draw 16. So just a soft weight takeout, trying to
Curl, curl,
bend it.
curl. Stay there,
And
stay
how's
there,
it
stay
looking?
there, stay there,
Is
stay
it
there.
past it?
Oh,
Ooh,
I think
good
you knocked-
effort,
did you knock
great
that in for
effort. Has he
2?
chipped in for 2?
You get 2,
Not
Mark?
quite. Very unlucky there by Mark Harrison.
I just
Great
rolled that by.
attempt,
You're just about done.
Yeah, good try.
but just a score of 1 for Canada here in N3. What a draw by Markku Karjalainen. Gets a great saver in there. really shrunk the scoring area for Canada.
Not
Canada
quite.
only coming away with a score of 1 with
I
the
thought I
last
might
stone
have known
advantage,
for two.
having given up 2 steals in the first 2 ends.
Suojalle sitten laittaa, kato vähän niinku savipuolta.
After 3 ends, it's Finland 3, Canada 1. Lots of interesting games going on out there. Our focus is on Sheet C, Canada and Finland. Marie Wright getting things underway. Of course, 4 players in the curling team, all throwing 2 stones each, alternately with their opposition, and once they all come to rest, it's about who is closer to the middle than the other team,
13.
and how many of them are so. Only one team can score in one end, because only one team can be closer than the other. Finland off to a great start here with a 2-shot lead and the last stone after 3 ends. So Rita is just going to draw one to the wing. Create a defensive option, but a sensible one given the score line. She's way short again here. Is it even going to get over the hog line? I don't think so. It's a second hog stone by the Finnish lead. Caroline comes out to field it.
Seuraavalla.
Seuraavalla.
Marie Wright's got off to a great start in this game, playing 79%.
I was
Not
tight
her
on that
best
one.
there though, just puts it
I was
alongside her other one. And Finland may choose to peel both of these at some stage.
Ei, tänne.
Hei, se pyytää tonne laitasuojaan. Laitapesään.
Joo.
So the same shot called again here for Rita Sarasalo. Just drawing one out to that far side of the rings. Looking for a more smooth delivery this time, using that side delivery. Almost no rotation on the stone. This is going to curl a lot. And now you see it going sideways at the end, but a really well played stone by Rita. That's exactly where they wanted to put it. I think, given the scoreline, Canada will have to ignore that and try and be a bit more adventurous, a bit more aggressive. You'd love to be able to steal a shot or two to get in. Slightly less far behind before the half-time break. Dennis Thiessen's made a solid start to the game.
Curl, curl, curl. Stay, stay, stay.
Oh, that's
Nice
a
shot,
lovely
Dennis.
draw.
Nice shot.
Really well done by Dennis
Oh, wait.
Thiessen.
Nice shot. 12:45.
Joo. silleesti, että sitten lähtee taas pois.
Nimenomaan just se.
Puolikiveen näkyy.
Joo.
Joo.
Mut marginaalit lähtee sitten tuossa
Aukaisee suojaa, joo.
Great draw there by Danny Thiessen. It's definitely given Finland something to scratch their heads about.
Se on aika viiva likellä.
Mitä?
Se viiva aika
They
likellä.
need to get pretty tight to those two guards if they want to remove it. It's a good effort by Sari Karjalainen, but just chips off it and rolls away. I think we'll see Canada play the same draw again down the same side.
Or do you like hitting this one?
Whatever you want. We're shot on that side.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Draw
still
in.
shot, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think this is a smart decision from the
Okay, Dennis,
Canadian
12 and a
team.
half.
They could hit the wide one to lie to, but it's not particularly taking the game by the scruff of the neck, and Dennis Thiessen has just made this draw pretty perfectly, so you would expect him to be able to do so again. Is it good enough to lie to? Not quite.
Nice weight.
But still leaves it in a
Nice
useful
weight.
position.
What was the weight, Ina?
1281.
12.8.
Just didn't curl as much as the other one. Well, I guess.
12.81, so these conditions do seem to be a little bit slower today. I don't know if it's anything to do with the moisture in the air coming from the rain outside. Going to make the ice a little bit frostier. Usually we've seen that kind of time make it down to the tee line and past. Big pull back there from Sari Karjalainen to give it some extra oomph. No, this one's in the guard. It's all over the guards. I was a bit surprised to see them going for that one there. They could have hit the wide one to lie too. Oh no.
What are you doing, Ina?
What is Canada going to do here? Throw another guard, tap it up.
So
What do you think
12
you
and a
need?
half?
Yeah. 11 and a half.
So Canada trying to play this tap up here in the fourth end. Trying for a straight raise, and the speed looks
12,
pretty
7, 8.
good. Actually over curling a little bit and finding its way between
Nice.
and
That
down
works
into
too.
second shot. Nicely negotiated there by Ina Forrest. Not exactly what they called, but gets a great result all the same.
Mitäs jos tälle poskelle ottaa?
Se lähtee tuonne omaan. Jos se tän liikaa tänne tulee, niin siinä saattaa olla toi ihan periaatteessa molemmat, joo. Kummalta puoleen haluat tulla?
Siltä. Onko se mahdollista, että se nousee yli, niin se ottaa ton ylimmäisen pois?
Mut sillä ei ole no tullaan tältä puolen, se on varmempi.
Ei, tältä puolelta.
Niin, se on varmempi.
Ei.
Well, although they're not in great
Ykää
shape
se
here,
saa olla 8,5.
Finland, they could play a shot down between the two reds closest there and onto the one in the tee line to lie shot or maybe even score two, but
Täh?
I think they're making a sensible decision here and trying to open up the centre of play. That's going to give them the best chance of scoring.
Ja
Siinä on helvetin iso riski. No, meni ihan.
This is Yrjö Tapani Jääskeläinen. He's the third player, although he's just made his way down from the far end.
Nyt ei tiedä enää
Finnish
mikä.
play just starting to slow down a little bit as they find themselves in a spot of bother here in the fourth end.
Ei pysy.
Oh, what happened there? Just give it a little bit of hot air. Hopefully make it stick to the handle a little bit better as it came loose there. But Yrjö can throw it pretty hard. Starts in that forward position. All the power coming from the shoulder. It looks like it's being directed inside. Oh, hits the wrong one. Does cling around at the edge of the house, but I can't see that stone coming into play. Aina Forrest moving in to throw a guard, you would think, or maybe even a tap up.
Nousu on noin valtava
Okay, a little
silti.
more weight.
Lähtikö se
A little
sisään?
more weight. You got it.
Ei.
So a tap, maybe. I quite like the position of that red stone on the left-hand side of the centre line. They may be better drawing around it rather than dislodging it. Just needs a fraction more weight this time from Aina Forrest.
Looks good, Aina.
Plenty of weight. Needs it
Nice
to
shot, Aina.
hold its line. Oh, this is a great shot from Aina Forrest.
Yes.
Right onto the side of the button. Really well
Nicely
done
done.
by the veteran third player. So Canada lying 3 here. Finland in there in 4th and 5th, but highly unlikely that they'll come into play now with just 3 stones to come in the end for Finland. They would need to play some pretty impressive takeouts to get rid of all these reds. Yrjö Tapani sends this one on its way. It's a little bit inside with the first one. Looking like a better line here. We're going to see some red granite moving. Oh wow, he's got 2 of them moving. Great shot there by Tapani.
Tapahtui jotakin.
Jotain avasi
Se tuo
ainakin.
reunaan meni, tuo reuna punainen nyt meni. Niin.
Just shaved that top one, gets a couple of the other ones going. And all of a sudden that red a little bit lonely in there. I'm not
Tuonne
too
reunaan
sure
meni nojalle toi
who's
punainen,
lying
niin se saattaa
in
olla parempi.
second shot position on the wing. It looks like it might be yellow actually.
Well, we're second, right? Or we're third.
I
think
think
we
Mark
should
Idison
draw.
just said it's
Just draw?
they're lying first and third. So taking a risk here and playing a draw in. We don't want to put this side by side for Finland.
Let's hit that. We hit the high one. We hit the high one, or do you want to get another one in there?
We're sitting 1, 2.
We're sitting 1 and 3. Yeah. Let's draw.
Just a draw. It's up to you, Mark.
No, I like it.
He's very
that's my
indecisive,
instinct.
Mark Idison.
on
I've
heavy
said
right
this
now, Mark.
throughout the
Yeah,
round
I
robin
got
that
11-4 on Aina.
he seems to make good calls, and then he starts to question himself. He speaks to a few people, he changes his mind, and then yeah, sometimes he goes back to what he initially wanted to do, and sometimes he does what somebody else does. But you need to be very strong-minded as the skip. You need to be confident in your decisions, and that allows you to execute shots. Decided on the guard in the end. I think this is the better call than the takeout. They're trailing by 2.
Looks good, Mark.
Actually drawing another one in here, so good enough to lie
Nice shot,
2.
Mark.
That's pretty good there from Mark Idison. So can Markku Karjalainen make a double take it on these reds? It's going to be a tough shot. Looks like that's what Sari, his wife, is calling for. So right up the centre line here. Markku Karjalainen going for the double takeout. Gives it an almighty launch and sends it on its way. Travelling at some speed down the ice here. And a bit wide, hits and rolls out. So probably just time again here for Canada. Maybe they can steal here. They're in good shape at the moment anyway. Canada would really love to just close the gap a little bit to go into this halftime break.
Same thing, eh? Be
Yeah.
ready. We're down on time again.
Mark Idison just clarifying what I was saying earlier, that they're continually down on time throughout this round robin.
And even if you suck in behind, isn't the end of the world.
So just really needs to find its way into the house, looking like a little bit more speed than the first one.
Nice shot, Mark.
Just
Nice
gonna come
shot.
down onto his own red.
Nice shot, Mark. Good shot.
Well, it is a good shot, but there is an out here for Finland. They could make a double takeout to score 2 still. Those stones really too close together, and a nice angle. He just has to hit this first one on the nose, and it could spring both of the reds from the house. To lie shot stone and count for 2 with that one out in the wing. That kicker over there. So gives it a big boost once again. Looking pretty close here. Is it going to curl enough? Oh, good effort. Really good effort there by Karjalainen. Just doesn't curl quite enough to make the double. So it's a steal of 1 here in the 4th end. Canada closing the gap slightly. And now only trailing by 1. It's been a good first half for Finland. Well-deserved lead. Perhaps slightly fortuitous in the first end to steal 2, but overall they've played well.
Well, I looked down and I thought
And Canada are going to need to work very hard in the second half to pick up their 9th win of this round robin in their last session. After 4 ends, it's Finland 3, Canada 2.
Deep breath.
it's heavy out there.
It is heavy, like that got to, you threw 11, 12 on, yeah. It's heavy out there.
No swingy.
Heavy more than anything.
Meinasin perua sen. Niin Markku, mä meinasin perua sen, että kun sä sanoit, että nousevampi kivi, niin mä meinasin perua, että ennen kovassa voimassa varmaan merkkaa se. Niin siksi oli turha leveä merkki.
We have to be safe sides because we're just drunken it up.
Shoot.
Yep.
They're heavy. Yes, a lot.
What is it then?
Mark? Yeah. Yep.
Well, I think we can see where things are going wrong there. Edison really struggling,
No.
especially in that first couple of
Yeah.
ends. Need a shot to
Because we
score
were thinking
3,
we
and
needed to stay above the T line. 'Cause as soon as
it was
we
a
go
straightforward
behind,
shot.
then they go down to
Gave up a steal of 2 somehow. Sometimes it's like missing a putt, a 6-foot putt in the first green. If you miss that one, then you know it's going to be a long round. Another good attendance here in the Gangneung Curling Centre here in session 16. Finland looking to repeat the feat that they had in the round robin in Sochi, where they disposed of Canada. It's going to be a bit closer than it was on that occasion. It was 12-1 or something like that to Finland on that outing. So it's 3-2 at halftime here, much more tense affair.
Puhukaa niitä voimia, bro.
And the Finnish fans there probably just checking the stats. So everyone getting in position, ready to start the second half.
There's something right there. There's something right there.
Siinä otti 4 pistettä.
Grab it hard.
Oh, nice little curling stone hat. That's nice. On the telly as well. Well, we're ready to start the 5th end here in session 16, Canada and Finland, and it's Finland on for a shock victory here.
Okay.
So far, Sari Karjalainen there, the skip, masterminding this 3-2 lead in the first half. And Marie Wright starting here in the 5th end after that steal in the 4th for Canada.
Must be hard sitting there all that time.
Canada really needing to win this game if they want to move up the table.
Right through again.
What was that one?
Currently in 2nd position, but if Korea were to win in this session against China, then they would be overtaken. And maybe if Canada won this game, then they'd have a chance to move into top spot for the semi-finals. Already qualified though. This is Rita Sarasalo for Finland. Finland can't qualify. They're only on 2 wins and 7 losses. Playing again tonight, but would like to finish with a strong day here on day 6.
12-1.
And 10th of 10 in Sochi, and they would love to do better than that this time. Currently tied 10th. 12 nations taking part on this edition of the Paralympic Winter Games. An increase of 2 from previous years. Right, having a good performance so far, 78% through the first half. And because Finland slipped into the house, Marie Wright able to make the takeout.
That was great tennis.
During the halftime break, the coaches and the players of Canada were discussing the ice conditions, and it was confirmed that the ice conditions are a little bit slower and they said heavier, and therefore the stone's not traveling as far as they would expect it to. To explain why there's been so many misses, especially in the second end. Here's another miss here from Rita Sarasalo. Sails right on between Those two red little boys.
12 and a half. 12 and a half.
Harviko lähti sen verran sisään, ettei niin paljon se
Well, Canada now looking the stronger of the two teams. It's been back and forth a little bit. Dennis Thiessen's played well, 72%. Perfect shot by Dennis Thiessen.
Tää tästä.
Joo.
Tuu ihan sillä kympillä.
Joo.
So, sorry, Carolina makes her way down the ice from the skip's end. That's what she's facing. 3 red stones in play, no finished stones lying around.
Joo.
I think we'll see her try and come around onto that stone at the top of the red circle, which measures 4 feet in diameter. And slightly below our tournament average of 51.
Niin heila. Miten se voi
Taaksepäin tulla, sä katsot sen nettiin, niin sä katsot vähän, onko se paljon taaksepäin piettää.
And this one's on the guard. Oh, and doesn't even manage to make the peel. One of the main
Kymppi puol.
issues that Finland have out there from a shot making perspective is that they just don't get enough rotation on the stone, and that can cause the stones to run slightly more unpredictable lines. They'll dive more when they start to slow down, whereas if you put lots of rotation on the stone like the Canadians do here, then the stones will run a much more true trajectory. You may not get as much curl, but it's much more controllable, much more predictable. So this one's spinning a lot, probably
Okay, even if you go around mine,
going to
it's
have
fine.
4 or 5 rotations by the time it comes to rest.
Go around it though. Go around it. Sit there.
Just
Right.
rubs off his own stone. Good shot there by Dennis Thiessen.
Good job.
Canada are coming here.
You owed one.
Ota tuota renkaasta kiinni.
Laittaako se sun käden liikettä?
Eikö sieltä sisäpuolelta tai jostain?
No, siitä mä en pysy siellä itse sitten, mä tajun naamalle.
Okei. Okay.
No niin.
So Carolina trying to find a way past the guard this time to make a takeout on the house. And catches it again and pushes that red stone a little bit closer to the middle. Well, this is turning into a bit of a dream start to the end for Canada. The center of the sheet really well covered at the
It's gonna be
moment.
Same on this side, Aina.
Okay.
And even already it's looking difficult for Finland to score.
Tuolipaikka.
Canada maybe smelling a chance to equalize here, or maybe even take a lead.
It'll go. It'll go. You're fine. Nice shot.
Good shot here by Aina Forrest. Perfect
12-9.
positioning.
Actually.
Se on lucky 12.
Yeah. It was 12-9.
Tälläkin
Vai
me-
tollakin vielä?
Tällä.
Niin.
Joo, tällä.
Jos siihen saisi tohon, niin siihen osuu.
Ja nyt se saa olla se ihan normi poistovoima.
Joo.
Well, Finland know here that they need to get some red granite out of the house. Yrjö makes his way down. He's going to try and, I think, slash this red stone into the 2 stones in the 4 foot, or maybe even hit and roll in himself. Might be better raising the guard in to open things up. Well, they're losing, but Canada are definitely having a lot of fun. They're definitely having more fun out there than the Finns are. So Yo, what have you got this time? Starting to break now and curl. Chips the guard off. So Ina Forrest, same again really here. Canada playing with a lot more speed and purpose at the moment. Mark Addison already out holding the brush, ready for Ina Forrest to lay that guard up once more. Canada really starting to dominate these ends around the halftime break, either side of it. But a really good fourth end, playing another excellent fifth end, probably even better than the fourth. Ina Forrest should be pretty close to making this guard.
Nice shot, Ein. Nice shot, Ina.
Probably a little bit
Nothing wrong
further
with
in than
that.
they would have liked, so
The way
a
that they-
massive target there for Finland to smash some red granite out.
Ykää 8,5.
Doesn't seem like they called for that much weight here. I think they might be better served just launching one and hoping for the best here and trying to get as much red granite moving as possible. Just trying to get a little bit more traction on that cue there. Struggling to get set, struggling to get comfortable at the moment. I don't know if that's just the tension of having a lead. So Yrjö Tapani sends this one on its way. Quite a big weight. Needs to get past the guard. It's by. Ooh, and he's left that one frozen right on the nose. That's going to be really difficult to get out of there for Finland. Two Canadian stones frozen in the forefoot now. Let's have a look. Spins over behind the guard and frozen on top. By frozen, I mean resting against one another. And those two red stones are literally kissing each other.
12.5 second guard or what?
What, Mark?
So 12.5 second guard?
Yeah. Sounds good.
So Mark Idison. It's a tough first half. Still very much in the game though.
Ticket. They're at 12.
That one just traveling a little bit too
Okay.
far. I think that was just a reflection of how slow the ice is here in this session 16. Bit slower than they've seen. Of course, the weather conditions have changed dramatically today. Quite warm and wet outside, which obviously has an effect on the air, which the moisture will freeze to the ice, and it's difficult to control for the ice technicians. Markku Karjalainen having a good game at 59%. Doesn't want to touch these two reds at the front. Oh, he's just feathered them, but does enough to get rid of the shot stone.
Ei ainakaan meillä. Ei ainakaan meillä.
No siinä mielessä se otti pois sen kuitenkin.
Well,
Ei olisi pitänyt jäädä.
Mark Idison looking for something just in the front ring here, I would suggest. Could be a big steal on for Canada. This one just over curling. Would have liked to just hit the one on the button square on the nose.
just end up on the center line.
So you heard it from Mark there, just on the centre line in the front ring would be ideal. That makes it very difficult to draw around for Finland.
Should be shorter.
I think he's trying to convince the stone that it's going to be shorter. Looks like it's got a lot of running. Needs it to stop now. Needs it to stop.
Shot, Mark.
A little bit further than he would have liked, but it does mean
A lot of rocks down there.
that
That was 12
Finland have got some work to do if they want to score at least.
Probably.
Maybe a stone shorter would have been better.
Nokka. Onko se, Sari, onko se nokka?
Pikkusen tähän!
Siis tälle poskelleko? Kun se lähtee omaa pois.
And I think what they need to look at here is to come off the inside of the red and try and slide off the other one to get down and into shot position. It could be there. Hitting it on the nose
Mikä voima?
won't be good enough to score here for Finland. Only 25% for his 3 takeouts so far. Needs a good one here though. Well, the line's looking pretty good here. Needs to curl a bit. I think that's good enough to stop Canada scoring any more than 1. Well done there by Markku Karjalainen. Canada stealing 1 here in the 5th end to level things up.
Yeah, we got 1.
That's 3 ends in a row for Canada. That stone there on the tee line, winning the 5th end.
So then we got 13
So
and a
all
half.
tied again.
Yeah, that's what I got on his too.
Look at them messing with the...
When we come back in the 6th end.
I don't know.
It's a tie game, and Finland will have the last stone in the 6th end. Finland really struggling on those takeouts. 14 takeouts, 32%. In the first couple of, or certainly in the first end, it was Mark Idison who was Finland's best player. Probably the reason it's still so tight. Otherwise, Canada have been the better team overall. Going into the house here. Really nice draw there by Marie.
Nääris.
Finland calling the freeze on that stone rather than a corner guard, which would be the textbook call.
Ei saa jäädä pois.
Curling too much to make the freeze.
Pitäisi mennä sinne. Merkki oli vähän pieni.
Such a hard shot that. That's why they don't really, you don't really see anyone calling that shot to just make the freeze on that stone. There's no guards in play. It is generally known as the hardest shot in curling, freezing an open stone like that. That's why you see more teams throwing corner guards and using the free guard zone. Rewright's just going from strength to strength in this game. more solid play by the Canadian lead.
Thank you. There was some under that rock too. It fell to gravel.
Looks like a takeout being called here for Finland. It's still a tied game, and they want to stop the rot here. They don't want Canada to keep stealing their way all the way to victory. So maybe a good thing that they're playing a more defensive end, an end in the house. There's no doubt that the Canadians slightly better at the technical shots, the harder shots. Good shot here. Pushes everything back to the tee line. Well done there by Rita Sarasalo. Dennis Thiessen gives this a big throw in. Already being applauded by Aina Forrest. She loves the line that this one's been delivered on. Oh, maybe not. Oh, he's removed his own one. That one had a lot of rotation on it from Dennis Thiessen, and that could well have been the reason that it ran so straight. It was really spinning a lot down the ice. And when it's spinning so fast, the stone just can't, the running surface of the stone can't grab the ice and turn the way it normally would. It's just spinning too fast. So a bit of a let off there for Finland, and now they can hit the wide one. No, going. I don't know where he's going. Where are you going, Yo?
Ykä pienempi merkki.
Well, I think they arrived at a freeze. I'm going to go for freeze.
Ota vielä.
This is a similar approach to what they took in the first end, choosing to play this one out onto the wing. Great freeze there by Karjalainen. That is going to be tricky to deal with for Canada. They're going to hit the open one for now.
So it should be good, Dennis. Nice shot. You know what the nice thing about this? Nice shot.
Good shot.
The nice thing about this.
Still,
I'll tell you back here.
Finland lying though, so Finland could choose to play another draw in here. That would be their best way to lie to anyway.
Ei vielä, kato, ottaa tuosta
Otetaanko pois tää?
Tuota keltaista kohti menettiin tuplan paikalle.
Niin.
Mutta kuitenkin tohon niin kun, ja se ei haittaa vaikka se jääpi huonommaksi kuin tuo takapunainen. Koska se saa hankata sillä takapunaisella sitten keltaisella tykättiin sitä tarvittiin.
So how's this one looking for Finland? Well, actually makes a really nice hit and roll in. Not quite good enough to lie two, but still leaves it in a very useful position. And all of a sudden the game's got a little bit tighter again, a little bit more cagey. Now Aina Forrest sending down the big weight. Just whacked the volunteer in the head. Kind of whip him into shape maybe.
Nice throw, Aina.
She's played a good shot though. Next to hit and stick.
Nice throw. Nice one.
Oh, I came across.
Yeah.
And watch out for those flying sticks around here, Mr. Volunteer.
Tässä pysyy
Yeah,
kunnossa, kun
Forrest a
kelaa
little bit
tästä.
lucky there. That could have been a personal injury claim, that one.
Pysyykö kelaa eteenpäin?
Joo.
Ykä! Ihan nokka!
Finland quite happy just to remove this red stone. I thought they might have played a draw here. That stone now over to the side and kind of out of the way. The 8 foot's open. They could have played a draw in here to split the 8 foot to lie two. Feeling like they've got more opportunity to make the shot by playing the hit. Needs to roll though if they want to lie two. Well, it's rolled just in the wrong direction. The centre plate
Hit that outside corner
still
of it.
certainly
If ours
open,
goes,
and I
it's
think
fine.
Canada will be forced to remove it just because that freeze that was played in there by Karjalainen in such good shape. Canada know if they go after it, that they're just risking hitting the yellow onto the red and losing their own one, and Finland drawing or hitting for three. So it's a sensible call hitting the wide one here. Has this made contact? It's running extremely wide on the sheet. No, it's missed altogether.
Sorry. We're still second shot.
Finland,
We didn't go after the shot.
all of a sudden,
I got 9,
looking
8%.
like they have the upper hand for the first time in a while. They can hit their own yellow stone onto the red to lie three. Looks like they might be drawing though. Just got me scratching my head a little bit. Going safe. They don't want to risk taking out their own yellow stone, so it looks like they're just going to throw a draw. Comes up short. That's a real let off from Finland. Canada could have been facing three there. Even still could have been two. So now Canada choosing to hit the wide stone once again. Finland just lacking a little bit of awareness there. And Finland have thrown a guard, so if Mark Addison can get this one really good, if he can hit this yellow stone in just the right spot, he might even be able to spin behind the centre guard, and that would really turn the end on its head. Mark Idison looks
Good
like
shot,
he
Mark.
is going to make contact. Hits on the wrong
That
side
other
though.
one in.
No.
We're getting really low, Mark.
Marie Wright just
Onko se
yanking
Sari
on her lead
suoja
there
se
to stop
keltainen?
Mark Idison going down the end of the ice. She's obviously the one in the team who watches the time clocks and makes sure that they're not running themselves out of time. So Mark Idison does like to go down to the end where the stones are and have a look before he plays his shots, but doesn't have that liberty at the moment.
Liitti. Nyt se on ainakin pesässä.
Niin, siinä oli ne sinun
Finland still not able to get in there to lie too. Gotta say they're been pretty lucky so far that they've got that great shot in there from Sari Karjalainen's. It's in such a good position. But Mark Idison once again has the chance to make this hit and roll in. And this one easier than the last one as well. Not out quite as wide on the sheet, less distance to roll behind to get behind the guard or to get into shot position anyway. So Mark, what have you got this time?
Shot, Mark.
Looking pretty close. Removes it. Doesn't stick though.
Oh, shoot. Almost
Good
had the
effort.
double.
He gave it a chance and
Roll
just
to
over
it,
curls
yeah.
a fraction. So rolls out of the rings. And that will leave Markku Karjalainen to
Onko se
draw for
pesässä,
two.
että se voisi tökätä pois?
Vääris vaan. 12.
Miksi se nyt toiset puolet se
This is a little bit strange given all the play has been down the other side of the sheet in this end, but
Jopa 11.8.
they are going to come down the clockwise rotation. Markku
11.5.
husband
12.
Karjalainen
Sille
making his
puolelle
way
se
down
pitää
the ice to have a
Miksi
quick
me
look.
otetaan tuonne keltaiselle nojaa kohti sitten?
Ihan sama.
Vai miksi sä haluaisit toiselta puolen nyt ton?
Ei, se on ihan sama.
Kato, kun me äsken heitettiin tältä puolelta.
Lähinnä nyt puhuu voimasta.
Joo, otetaanko me määris tältä puolelle se sama?
Ihan,
Vai minkä nää haluat?
ihan mihin haluat, mutta me sanon, että voima pitää olla 11 alla.
Joo, kyllä, ymmärrän.
No niin, ota sitten tälle nojaa.
Ota sitten ihan miten haluat, että miltä
Ota
puolelta.
tälle nojaa.
Well, it should be a straightforward shot this year for Karjalainen, and a shot like this, it really needs to be down to how the player throwing the shot feels that they've got the best chance of making it, how they feel most confident. And he's choosing to play away from the centre line, obviously thinking that can give him a little bit of backing on his own yellow stone. I looked a little bit jerky there from Karjalainen. Was it carrying too much speed? Well, he's chipped the top one. Well, that doesn't make it into the 8 foot, that white circle. That was a poor shot. I'm not sure it was played in the right way there by Karjalainen. Just the one though in the end. They deserved more, Finland, after that terrific draw by Sari Karjalainen. But it never really materialised. Canada still enjoying themselves out there and still very much in this game, just trailing by one. 2 ends to go here. It's Finland 4, Canada 3. Finland still struggling with that takeout game. Canada are making more shots than Finland. There's no question about it. But Finland are hanging on by a thread, leading by 1. Just 2 ends to come. So again, that slow rotating stone of Ruta Sarasalo almost stopped. And may start to come back the other way a little bit. And that's kind of why every single stone has a rotation on it. If you don't put a good rotation on it, then the stone can actually change handle, can have a bit of a mind of its own. So by giving it a positive enough rotation, then you're taking that element of doubt out of the equation. You can see this one spinning from Marie Wright. You know that one will never change its direction. But
what? Really?
Far too much speed from Marie Wright there.
It didn't feel like that at all.
They must be messing with this.
12!
So this time Rita will try and come around that guard just thrown. Karjalainen in there buddying, holding her still, so that all of her power goes through the stone rather than the wheelchair moving and her losing some of that. Great draw, more rotation on this one. And into the back of the 8-foot circle. Good shot there by Sarasalo. Rewrite trying to take a little bit of speed off this one, and it looks like she's made a terrific adjustment.
Nice shot, Marie.
Really nice shot there by the Canadian lead. So it's a one-shot game here in the 7th end, and Canada don't want to just be forced to score 1. They'll need to try and score more than that. Maybe get 2 or even 3. So expect them to play an aggressive end.
11-4 oli se sinun määri, se jää pessään. Niin on nihkeä jää.
Saatko kysyä nihkeä?
Sen verran huomioista tuo kellon kanssa, että meillä kohta tulee kiitos.
Ai perä. Joo, anteeksi.
Ei näistä tätä heittoa
Finland
niin yleisesti, että
choosing to come down the right hand side here. You would see a lot of teams come down the left and freeze on that red stone or even tap it back a little bit. Again, this unorthodox strategy from Finland. Not a lot of handle. And is it past the guard? It is. Oh, they actually have played a nice shot here. They've managed to get round there. Great shot there by Sari Karjalainen.
Meidän pitää todella tiivistää tahtia. 7
Hit it. Yeah.
Or that.
What kind of weight are you throwing, Dennis?
They're going for the takeout here.
So what are you thinking?
I don't think they
9?
particularly want to lose the guard.
I'd go 9.
If you lose the guard, then
Okay.
you
Oh, you're
have to
over.
play the end
Okay,
for a blank end
you're right.
mark. So Dennis Thiessen just trying to make this takeout, trying to hit it on the nose. Very strong technique. Dennis Thiessen, nice low cue through to the target.
Stay there.
Is it by the guard?
Okay,
Oh,
that's
he's
fine.
chipped the guard off.
Thought you had it. Good throw.
So you would think
9.
Finland will remove the second shot stone, the only red stone in play here.
Suoja.
Ei suojata.
No kannattaahan se.
Oh, well, what do I know?
No mitä?
Määris. Etusininen.
Guard it is from Finland. I'm going to stop trying to predict what they're going to do because I'm just making myself look like a fool. A lot of teams would hit that red stone to try and force Canada to only score one, and then you get the last stone in the 8th end to have a shot to win the game. Finland have gone for the guard and they've missed it. Overcurled by a fraction, and Canada now with a chance to hit and lie too, because Finland didn't hit that red stone.
This match?
Okay, Dennis. Same weight, you should get it.
Canada will definitely be happy to have seen Finland throw the guard on their own stone. So Dennis Thiessen with a bit of
Come on, get back,
a
get back,
bumpy
get back,
one there.
get back.
It's trying to work its way back.
Okay, good throw. Good
Throw a
throw.
lot of weight at that. It just hits the 3/4 stone,
Eat 7.
rolls out of the house. You have got that one in the house pretty much guarded though by that finished stone. Interestingly, Finland now deciding to play a takeout now that they've got a guard to come around. This would have been better with the previous one.
Nousee niin kauheasti.
So this one's curling too much. Nearly got very lucky with that one and made the raise. Just pushes it back a little bit, so that Canada stone still intact, still in the house. That just hits a fraction closer to the nose, then that red would go as well.
Kapula mennessään vaan, että ei mennä. Se pitää.
So Canada are going to try and throw one in front now. Probably still in the house. Again, Canada could throw one over to the left-hand side as Aina looks at it, then it would prevent any double takeout. By playing into the centre, then Finland might have a run at it and try and spill them both. Looks like good weight here from Aina Forrest. Would like to outcount that wide one. And finishes directly in line, so
That was not going to go.
I know.
now
It feels
Finland are going to draw around.
Switch.
Really good,
Yeah.
and it just
Dies.
dies so bad at the end.
Lots of discussion about the ice just being a little bit slower than it has been. It's looking like a nice line here from Yrjö. And it's come right down onto that red stone. Is it going to lie shot? It is. Good shot there by Finland. Getting offered a little bump from Markku.
Time out.
Timeout called here by Canada. And coach Wayne Keel will make his way down.
So I get 11 and a half on that.
Very well respected coach in Canada, obviously, or he wouldn't be here at the Paralympic Games.
Mä ajattelin, että pitää laittaa vähän enemmän
He's
voimaa.
also dabbled with teams outside of Canada, specifically Kazakhstan of all countries, who
What are you
he
thinking?
coached at the 2004 European Championships.
I
like the hit.
if we nose it, that's cool.
Yeah, but if you
Mine-
Straight
don't,
jams, which is fine, actually. If you nose it, it jams.
Except for it's behind the
we
tee
sit
line,
right
I
here,
guess, yeah.
But it's still behind the tee line.
Yeah.
We don't want to hit and roll because then we take our own. or we just
Draw a tap.
put one right here.
It's gonna show right here though.
Yeah.
Not be sure.
We have to go back here.
Coming right there. They just
Coming
go
here.
there.
I like the hit.
What are you thinking?
Well, we got the nose hit, which straight jams, but that's fine because then we're sitting in front of it, and they're gonna have the draw.
Well, they'll come right down on top.
And
again,
then,
right?
but if we draw to it, they're gonna come right down on top of us. So
It's behind the tee line if we hit.
Everything's behind the tee, so
Yeah.
if you come down and just tap that back, then they're just probably going to try and come welder on top of us. And then what do we do?
Even if we
Wow.
tap it and roll in this way a little wee bit.
well, the one on there.
For one. So we go there. We hit, and we're going to be in front of the tee, pretty right on the tee.
We need room back here.
Yeah. So I think we just bump that back.
Bump it back.
Oh, we got to be there.
So like 11.
So 11.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
throw a 10 at it. You got to be
10.
there.
Okay. Thank you.
I think 11 will.
So Wayne Keel, the Canadian coach,
That's just my full
after
take.
listening to their arguments or discussions, the eventual call was to come down and tap that yellow stone that's lying shot back rather than freeze, and thinking being that we've got a better chance of bringing the stone that's already in there into a scoring position, currently lying in second shot. So just a nose tap. Maybe they could even make a little roll over in front of the red. That would be a good shot. Taking heaps of ice here, Aina Forest. Only 38% for takeouts in this game. So a big shot here for Aina Forest and Canada. Looks like she's got a nice line, maybe a little bit wide at the moment. Needs to work its way back towards the center line. It's coming now.
Nice shot.
A great shot
Nice
by
shot,
Aina
Aina.
Forest.
That's 2, right?
Yes, that's 2.
Really well done by the veteran third player. She struggled with her takeouts, but she's pulled one out the bag when she really needed it.
Finally a good shot.
So Marku now trying to make the freeze. Certainly got enough running to get down there. How's the line? A little bit wide. Oh, just glances off it. Canada in a really strong position now. They've forced the miss, forced the mistake from Finland. Now, if they could ever put another one in the forefoot, then maybe they can score 3
What
or
do you
even
think
4.
for time?
What's that?
What are you thinking for time here?
How short? Where do you want to be exactly?
Like,
8 foot?
yeah, 8 foot would be ideal.
Well, when Ina threw 12-8, it didn't make the house.
Right.
So you'd be safe 12-5 to 12-8, I think.
Yeah.
Well, Mark, you could be a little bit more adventurous here and try and get one into the forefoot to lie 3. Somewhere splitting the center line at the top of the forefoot would be
Here, give
a
me that
great
back,
shot.
please.
Canada, plenty of time now, 6 minutes 40 on the clock. Finland with quite a bit less. So where's this one going from Mark Idison? Maybe a little bit tentative.
Perfect weight, Mark.
Is it
Perfect
going to
weight.
get right down into the forefoot?
Curl. Nice weight. Good throw.
Well, it's
Nice
good enough.
one, Mark. 12,
Ooh,
7,
maybe
8.
2 in a measure. I think quite possibly that Finland stone at the back lying 3rd. But it really is too close to call. Finland with a bit of a head scratcher here. They're in a right mess. Gonna have to try and come right round the high side.
Eikö tuosta välistä poistolla pääse? Pääseekö?
Ei minun mielestä.
No selvä. Joo, no ei sitten.
Pääsee tähän.
Noniin.
Well,
Mikä voima?
this is very risky.
Ysikö?
If they manage to squeeze one up the center line, they could over curl a little bit and roll out into the open and leave Canada a shot for 4. Not too sure about this call from Marcout. They could pull the guard to leave a shot for 4. How's it looking? It's on the top one. And just opens things right up for Canada to get in here to score 3. Pretty disastrous end there from Finland. Think about that midpoint in the end. They had the chance to remove the Canadian stone to lie 3 with no guards. And look at them now. Lying 2 against, just 1 to come here for Canada. Anywhere touching the 4-foot to score 3. They've got a little bit of backing as well.
Back again? It's okay. Take your time. Is that the same ice?
Yeah.
Because if you're throwing them right to it.
So maybe just a little bit less ice
We're good for time,
asked for by Mark Idison. Really supportive words there from Marie Wright, just saying you've got enough time, just calm down, think your way through the shot. This looks pretty good. It's like a really nice speed.
Nice shot,
He can
Mark.
come down
You're
onto his
fine, you're
own
fine.
stones.
Neat.
Really well done by Mark Idison. 2 lovely shots here in the 7th end by the Canadian skip, and really punishing Finland for
I don't know.
some
What do you
poor
think?
tactical calls there in the 7th. 3 red stones all in there touching that red 4-foot circle, and Canada moving ahead for the first time in the game, leading by 2 with just 1 end to come. Already in the playoffs, but looking to move up into as high a position as possible. It's Canada 6, Finland 4. Mark Idison getting big pats on the back there from his teammates after 2 great shots. He had a tough first half. He's really been slow at the blocks most games, but he clearly is a great player. Showed it with 2 terrific draws there. Final end of the regulation 8. Marie Wright starts us off by just throwing her red stone away.
I like those shots.
They are clearly going to give Finland nothing extra to work with.
I like those ones.
They're kind of pressure-free shots, those ones, Marie. The only thing you can't do is leave it in the playing area, so it's much different to when you're chasing the game like Rita Sarsalo here. She needs to play a couple of good ones to give her team a chance. She needs to use the free guard zone, which is the area they're entering now. And needs to stop before the house, which she hasn't managed to do. So it's going to be a takeout this time for Marie Wright. And Finland have really surrendered their opportunity to use the free guard zone by slipping into the house. The next time Canada come to play, it will be the second player, and the free guard zone rule no longer in effect.
Oh no! Oh no!
No, I don't think we need
Off
to
the
tell you
handle.
what happened there.
Sorry, Mark. I didn't have it turned right.
Oh, well, a big mess
Shoot.
from the
I
Canadian
didn't have
lead.
it turned. It slipped on me and I should have pulled it back.
Otetaanko tänne?
Very uncharacteristic miss there by Marie Wright.
Suoja!
Siihen eteen vaan.
Suoja eteen.
Eteen! Suoja eteen!
Tuo vaan Riitta tänne pesään.
Pienempi merkki! Pienempi merkki! Ykää!
Oi vittu.
So Rita Sarisalo with a mistake with her first one, but unpunished by Canada. And now she's going to try and put a guard on to protect it. That miss from Marie Wright, just making things a little bit more interesting in this 8th end.
Soikoonko se sitä edes pienentänyt sitä merkkiä? Niin kuin ei tajua, kun se on keski.
Great atmosphere in the Gangneung Curling Centre here in session 16. The crowd really getting into it and cheering on the home team. Another miss from Canada. Oh my.
9-2.
This game is not over yet. You thought Canada were going to score that 3 and 7 and kick on to secure the game, but two complete misses by the Canadian front end. And now Finland going to draw another one in. So a nice, very nice draw there.
Sure you go away first.
Sari Karjalainen finding the cover. And all of a sudden it's Canada on the back foot. This game still could go either way. Dennis Thiessen needing to make up for that previous one with a good hit and roll.
Got it though.
Well, does enough to get it out and doesn't stay for shot position, but still in the house.
You did, yeah. You got it.
So where do you go if you're Finland here? Do you draw another one round? Looks like what they're going to do. Not mucking about too much, the Finns. They're a little bit tight for time. And I want to save them for the last few stones at the end. Well, hello Finland. Hello, two in behind the guards, and Canada in trouble.
Yeah. I guess so. Yeah.
Like wrapping one?
This has definitely got Finland thinking, got Canada thinking here. So you either draw around everything, which would be extremely bold, or you peel the guard. Looks like they're going to go for the draw. Big call here by Canada. And this is a bit of a must-make here for Aina Forrest. By doing so, Canada are kind of putting the game on the line, actually. They're bringing a score of 3 into the equation. Just peeled the guard, and you'd think that they might get a chance to play a double at some point. It really was another great draw from Sari Karjalainen. Aina Forrest looking a little bit short here. More guards and more stones for Finland to hide behind.
It's okay, it's a good spot for it. 13 I got on that.
Maybe Canada have been a little bit complacent here in this 8th end with those 2 misses by Wright and Thiessen. Took that 3, and they have been the better team throughout, but it's not necessarily showed on the scoreboard. Finland have hung in there and they've taken their chances when they've come along. And all of a sudden, here comes Finland again with another draw. Oh wow, another one right down onto the poppy. Now lying 3. A little bit of an out here for Canada though. They've got that centre guard, and Yrjö just slipping to the back of the forefoot. So if Canada can make that freeze around the centre guard, set against that yellow stone, then that would really give them the upper hand once again. So there is a possible out here for Canada. It's got a good line here from Ina Forrest. How's the speed?
Weight was fine.
Maybe a little bit pacey and it's hanging up. Sticks around till I second though.
At 11, the same weight, but mind you, she has more rotation.
Samanlainen!
Samanlainen.
So somewhere around the T line required here for Yrjö Tapani.
Over.
So not much handle. You'll see this one really start to dive here, Jaskalainen. Good shot down there to lie to for Finland.
Nousee ihan niin paljon tää kivi.
Ei se nousekaan, selvästi se on.
Se on edelleen nousevampi se mun eka kivi.
12-2.
So Mark Idison is going to have to pull a rabbit out the hat here in this 8th end. Can still make a takeout on that yellow stone and maybe hide under the cover. All of those stones in the center line should never have come to this. Got to remember that Finland, with their first stone in the end, failed to use the free guard zone and threw one into the house, and then just a lapse of concentration from both the Canadian lead and second have resulted in all this, all these stones in play. Over here on sheet C, all the stones on this sheet with a C at the end of the handle. And they'll stay there throughout the whole event, in the round robin anyway. Bit of a bouncy one from Mark Idison. Has he managed to keep it online? Doesn't look too far away. It needs to curl. Oh, what a
Nice
shot
shot,
from Mark
Mark.
Idison.
Nice shot.
And this is what he does. He kind of just bumbles along for the
Are we sitting one?
first few ends.
Not over yet.
And then he gets his team into a tough spot in the scoreboard, and then he picks a shot out like that. Mark Idison, ladies and gentlemen, what a shot. Line 2 as well, and all of a sudden Finland really struggling here. What a fantastic shot there from Mark Idison. Well, just rumbles the stones around at the back a little bit. That could be game over though.
En tiedä yhtään.
11.5.
30 kova.
Vaan.
What do you think you need for weight?
12 and a half.
At least.
I like it, Ein. I like it.
So I think just a freeze at the back here. That would be the end, or just anything in the 8 foot really. That's all that's needed. Pretty sure Canada already lying 2 in there. They're just making absolutely sure with this Final stone of the 8th end from Mark Idison. Still one to come for Finland. But they need to score 2, and it's looking very difficult following that terrific double takeout by the Canadian skip.
Nice shot, Marco.
Oh, that is it. That should seal the deal for Canada. I don't see any shot here for the Finns to score more than 1.
Nämä pitää saada molemmat pois.
A little bit unknown whether they're going to move up in the standings or not.
Jos me halutaan 2, niin pitää saada noin molemmat pois.
Mitä jos halutaan?
2,
Mahdoton.
niin noin molemmat pois.
Joo.
Ja sitten meillä on parempi
No, sitten se otetaan tähän, kato sisäposkeen tähän tälle puolelle ja sitten tuohon.
Joo.
Kuplapoisto.
No, they're trying to work out something, but they're going to be there a while because there's not a shot for a multiple score. Looks pretty much impossible. Looks like they're maybe just going to throw their last stone of the Paralympic Games. Well, they've actually got a game tonight, so that's not entirely true. But the last stone of this session anyway. Get the money's worth. Markku Palviniemi, Markku Karjalainen even, making a mess of this. Now going for a big weight takeout. Only 29% accuracy on his hits today. But this one's over, folks. Chips the guard. It's going to be a few points, possibly 3 for Canada there. It looked like it might be a multiple score for Finland for much of the end, but 2 great shots from Mark Idison. And it didn't materialise for the Finns.
I called it 9-2.
Canada finished the round robin on a record of 9 wins and 2 losses. Already qualified before that game, but could well move up the table depending on the result between China and Korea. Great performance there in the end. They made a really poor start once again, ran themselves short for time in the first half, but they seem to play best when they're behind in the game, when they're running short of time. They're decisive. And a great last couple of ends. Final score here in session 16, Canada 8, Finland 4.
Good game. Thank you. Thank you.
Good game. Good game, Sari. That was fun. Good curling.
Good game. Thank you. Good game. Thank you. Thank you. Where'd you put your stick, Dennis?
All the tidying up at the end of the session going on. Still 1 game out there. Mark Idison and Ina Forrest really raising their game in the second half to get up there. Good performance by the front end. They made it a little bit complicated for their team, certainly more so than it had to be in the 8th end. But Mark Idison pulled out the bag, and that's why it's a team sport. Markku Karjalainen not able to play a couple of the key shots down the stretch there needed. And Finland stay on 2 wins. Still 1 game to play in the final round robin session. Lots of stolen points in this game. Canada stealing 4 and Finland stealing 2. At times it seemed better to not have the last stone than to have it. Finland scoring more points against the last stone than with it. Still Norway against Slovakia out there in an extra end. That game will dictate whether Norway goes straight into the last four or whether some of the other nations like GB and Switzerland, will be able to catch them. So it really was an extremely tight game here in session 16 between Finland and Canada. Finland off to an early lead. Some great shots along the way, but Canada once again falling behind at the start of the game, working their way back into it and sealing their 9th win of the round robin. What a performance. And they are through to the semi-finals. Thanks for watching.